Hey everybody! Welcome to a new episode of Who's That Anime? With your host Steve and Colin,
Hello.
always energetically happy.
Yes. So energetic.
So energetic. But maybe not as energetic as Excel.
No, she doesn't fucking stop.
She is on something.
Just painfully so. Um,
Yeah, yeah, she's on a trip, alright. Anyway,
is this the start of this where she's singing the song about dirty pictures? Is that right?
that's right. But,
Yeah.
but we haven't started, man.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're still talking about Excel Saga. Have you not noticed that?
Yeah.
Episodes, what, 11 and 12?
11 and 12.
Yeah.
With such great names as episode 11. Butt out, youth.
But youth,
Butt out, youth.
the best one is still the beach episode.
Oh, that's a pretty good name.
That's,
Let's
that's,
let's not let's not joke. That's a pretty good name.
oh, I'm not, I mean, 100% serious. It's the best name out of the entire season of XL Saga.
Yeah, couple of bits of housekeeping is I'm apologizing up front for my voice. I've somehow managed to get COVID after nearly 5 years of not having had COVID. So there you go. That happened.
Mm.
But the other thing is, and the most important thing, is this is our 200th episode.
Ooh, 200!
We did it. We made it to our bicentennial.
Like that man, Bicentennial Man.
I will cry if I watch that movie.
Is that because it's Robin Williams and he's now
It's
passed?
no, it's a very sad movie.
I mean, I suppose it is, because he's a robot who lives for 200 years watching everyone die around him.
Yeah, but then chooses to die himself by being more human.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's a very sad story. I think is that like a um is that like an Arthur C. Clarke thing it's based on?
Oh, maybe.
Is that right?
I'm sure. What was that show they did the kind of short things about robots?
Yes.
Was it robot?
No, it was it's based on a novel by Isaac Asimov.
Uh huh. All right.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of the famous sci-fi authors.
Who said that?
You know, um, Foundations. No, the,
No.
the the laws of robotics.
Oh, he the guy who did the laws of robotics.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I knew that.
Yeah, you
But I
you know
don't.
them. The
I
laws of
know.
robotics.
Yeah. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill the humans. Don't harm people.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't make robotics too smart.
There's three rules. There's a robot cannot harm a human or allow a human to be harmed through inaction.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh, a robot must obey human orders unless those orders conflict with the first law.
Uh huh.
A robot must protect itself unless that protection conflicts with the first or second law.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
this? It says Asimov later added a zeroth law, which states that a
Oh.
robot must act in the best interests of humanity as a whole. This law allows a robot to override the other laws when necessary.
iRobot.
Yeah. That's not a good movie, but I do enjoy it.
And then was it Love Robots and
Love, Death, and Robots.
Love Death and Robots? They did a kind of thing like by Senior Man, where it was like the artist robot, the pool droid.
I don't remember that one. The only one I really actually remember is the three robots going through like the apocalyptic environment.
Oh, on a tour guide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the little red one with that looks like it's wearing a baseball helmet.
yeah,
It's real good.
yeah. No, this one was basically it was like the greatest artist ever to be was actually just a pool droid that went and painted the pool or something or cleaned the pool,
Huh.
and then he got really smart, and then became like the most famous artist and most human thing, and then decided to turn back to just a pool droid to go and clean pools because it's his true
Wow.
self.
Wow. Well, not that we're going to talk about anything more interesting, but I guess we should probably talk about Excel Saga.
Yeah, what are you on about? This is super interesting.
This is peak what the fuck.
Ah, yeah, it is. I mean, we're only halfway through it too. Not even halfway through it.
We are not halfway through yet.
Ah, it doesn't get much better than this.
I mean, sure. Like, it's. I'd like to say it's bad. I don't think it's bad. Because there's bits of it that really make me laugh.
Yeah.
But I think it's that I sort of think of it as like in comparison to like a Naked Gun or Scary Movie, where if there wasn't, it's basically one of those, but no underlying plot, really. Like because it's more like an episode of Family Guy where they're just constantly doing flashbacks to something else or cutaways to other jokes.
It's very much so. Did it for Family Guy or after? After.
No, believe it or not, after Family Guy. I think Family
Yeah.
Guy's like 1998.
1998. Oh,
Yeah,
1998. Yeah. Yeah. Probably is after.
I think it's is it 1998? No, 1999. They came out at the same time. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, actually, no. Family Guy was January 99, and XL Saga was like end of 99. So,
uh, anyway. Yeah, so Excel Saga. This is one where it's been. This might be a youth drama
yeah. Yeah, it is. About a baseball team?
about the baseball team in the school because uh, what's his name says, "Do you know what is wrong with the world and where it all starts? At school on the delinquents. They don't know the direction to go in." So
Hyatt just gets it. She knows.
yeah,
Whereas XL doesn't know anything because she's busy singing a song about dirty pictures.
yes, but dirty pictures. And all it was is dirty pictures, ditch pictures. I don't like them. Dirty
She,
pictures.
I don't know. She at one point says something like what you see, boys, or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe in the dub.
Oh my god. Yeah, the dub, man. I can't imagine trying to watch it without the dub because the
Yeah.
it's insane as it is in the dub.
Oh, you gotta watch it without the dub. The voice actor is just highly annoying.
Oh, to be fair, I actually think the dub is very good. Like, I think that the voice acting is quite funny and quite well done. I think her voice actor is really good. I was actually just thinking that when I was watching it because like she maintains this level of intensity throughout all of it, and that must be incredibly hard on your vocal cords. But she just does it. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, I could pair it with Japanese only.
Oh man, I think it's
I've
good.
been
I
I've
like
been watching it
I like Hyatt's voice actor as well.
like a hard her.
Oh, she's pretty good.
She's
One
pretty
of her
quiet and docile.
Yeah, one of her peak voice acting moments is in the second episode of today's recording.
All right, is that anyway?
Yeah,
Yeah, so they get sent to school.
yeah,
Uh,
because it's where XL went to school.
yeah, and the schools that has diminished since she was there, as it's just full of delinquents now.
Yes, the little like punk rocker teacher who has like a red mohawk,
Mm-hmm.
explains that
Principal,
nothing.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, he doesn't really say what it is that's happened other than shit's gone south.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, then he just takes them to class, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they introduce, and then they're like, "Ah," throw all the stuff at him, and she's like, "All right, cool." So
They they throw a beer can at her, right?
uh, they have to throw a can at her, and it's like, "Hey, don't throw cans."
Pretty sure it says beer on it.
Probably does, and then throw all the other cans at her till she's buried.
Yes.
And then then she brings out the claw.
Yeah, she for some reason turns into Wolverine.
Yeah, she just get like the wee claw like Vega or what do you call?
Maybe it is more of a Vega claw actually. Now that I think about it.
It straps on. Wolverine's comes out like claws comes out of his hands.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting her to suddenly grow like an adamantium skeleton. It was more just the mimicking of it. But now that I think about it, yeah, it's four blades and not three.
Oh, oh right. That's why you're getting hung up on.
Yeah,
All right, okay. So yeah, so she basically pulls this out and scratches the blackboard. That's right, a blackboard.
yeah. If you've ever heard of one of those,
Yeah, not being
ki-
racist.
kids ask your parents.
Yeah, yeah. And screeches across it. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. It's a horrible noise.
Yes, that was bad back in the day too. Um, so aye, and then they all shut up because she's like teams them by just by doing that. And then the baseball teacher comes with the big head.
He
And
did. Well, we did miss at the start of the episode that there is basically a parade of enormous head people along a beach.
oh yeah, yeah, that's right. That's I think that's down to this might be a famous baseballer over
Sure.
there. Well, in the montage, so basically, baseball teacher comes up and goes, "Aha! I sponsored the baseball team, and we need help because it's going to get demolished if we lose this match
Yeah, that
at the weekend."
they're gonna dissolve the team because they got to play the monkey balls.
Uh, no,
That's the name of the team they've got to play.
Shoko thing team in Japanese anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
monkey balls.
it was monkey balls. It was just
That's what.
monkeys.
No, there's monkey balls in the dub.
Oh, that's not right then. It's not right.
Uh,
No, it
it's
was in the sub.
pretty good upon the reveal of them playing, and she's like, "Wait, they're actually monkeys?" But yeah,
Yeah, probably are monkeys if I'm thinking of it. Translation. Anyway, so yeah, basically they're doing that. They go, we want to here for a week. I was like, that's fine. It's only going to do it this weekend. And then they're like, nope, I think we're good. And try walking. And he's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to curse you. Also, he has an incurable disease or something, and he needs to get them to win or something for some reason.
he has a problem with with
But
his butt. Yeah,
mm,
he's going to the toilet a lot, including just being in front of them at one point.
yeah, with
Um,
a proper toilet.
yeah. To be fair, like the bit in the dub is tremendous. He says, "I never got my doctorate, um, but I did get my witch doctorate. So I'm gonna curse you." And he says something like, he goes, I know more. I know more curses. I know my courses and my curses. It's pretty great.
Yeah, he was just going to curse them. Says,
Yeah,
I'm just as good at cursing people as there was the other thing. Anyway, so they're like, oh, okay. and then they meet the baseball team, and they're all like delinquents again, and he beats them all up, and then Hyatt basically offers him tomato juice,
Yeah, and they're
and
all in love with her, of course,
and then
because
they're all
that's
like,
Hyatt's thing.
yeah, she showed us kindness. And the baseball guy goes, yeah, I beat them up every day, and they didn't. It didn't want to do shit.
Yeah, he does like teach them to do something, and he comes in and basically hits them because they don't do it right.
Yeah, they're playing mahjong or something like that,
Yeah,
and we're just mixing up the tiles. We're mixing the tiles. We're mixing the tiles, and it's like that's not the game. Oh, but that's all
it's
we.
not how you fucking do this.
Uh, but that's all we remember. Anyway, so basically, they hire offers tomato juice, and they then do the training montage,
Yep,
and like, you're dogs, and they all go woof woof. You're elephants,
you're
and then they come
elephants.
turn the elephants. You're this um baseball player, and they all kind of turn
They
into
all
the
turn
baseball,
into that guy. Yeah,
and
okay,
then
that makes more sense now.
and then go, ooh. And then he says, "You're doing great, but we need one more because there's only eight players
Yeah,
here. We need one
we
more."
need we need to go and get the other one.
Um, Boji or something like his name is.
Bean Boy.
Bean Boy.
He's called Bean Boy.
I mean, in the dub maybe.
Yeah, he's called Bean Boy because he beans a guy in the head when he's playing baseball.
Oh, that's why he stopped playing baseball.
Yeah, but they called him Bean Boy, and that's why he's really angry with the coach because that nickname stuck because of him.
That's possibly it.
And also, the coach incredibly says something like, "I have a a 7 insert uh, flashback if you'd care to see it." And Hyatt's like, "Of course, please proceed." And then legitimately shows a 7 insert flashback, 7 separate frames, and then it cuts back to the present. I was like, that's quite special. Well done.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
knowing. Very knowing.
yeah. It was like the dubbed version or the sub version was it's like, oh, is this going to be a flashback? It says, yes, that's right. I
Yeah,
have this.
she says that.
Yeah,
Is it going to be a flashback? He says, he's like, yes, I have a 7 insert flashback if you don't mind.
yeah.
Um,
And then
but
do that.
the best part about this, of course, is that Bean Boy has like the weird, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure hair that just kind of like sticks out 17 feet in front of him, and he smashes Excel against the vending machine with his hair.
Yeah.
While the coach and Hyatt are like crawling on the ground to try and avoid getting struck by it. And then anytime he just moves his head, there's like carnage and explosions going off around the place. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Was but they're all kind of like that. It's remarked like when the camera's like, "Wow, did we go back in time?" Because they all kind of had that
That's
ruffian
right.
quiff.
They do, yeah. They all look like 80s manga ruffians.
Yeah, yeah. um. So anyway, he says no.
Of
Uh,
course, naturally.
and then they go play, and then they meet the monkeys,
They do.
and they're like,
The monkey
"That
balls. Those. Oh, they're actually monkeys. I see.
that's the monkeys," and it's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
you are. You're right."
They're also very good.
Yeah. And then XL's up to pitch, and she pitches, and they hit, and then she catches it, and then gets dragged all the way up to like second base, I think. Uh, and then it cuts back to Bean Boy. He's in the arcade, and he just like beat up one of those boxing balls with his hair.
Yeah,
Got
just like
perfect
smashed it.
score. Yeah,
100 score, all good.
yeah. And he walks by a baseball machine, arcade cabinet, and it says, "Hey, you can play too," type thing or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, maybe I will."
But then he also does he not also like pass two guys who are like talking down of their school team?
Oh
He's like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you can't do that. You can't ever speak. You represent your school. That's where you. That's who you are. He's like, oh
yeah,
God, I've made a terrible mistake.
yeah. That's it. He's just sitting on the bank, and and the two guys come by, and then yeah. So then he comes in on the ninth inning, last.
And they're losing. He comes in a helicopter.
Yeah, well, not losing. They're drawing. I think
Are
it's
they
zero.
drawing?
I think it's zero all the way.
Oh, okay.
Like no one's won anything. And he comes in the helicopter, big golden helicopter, because that's super rich. And he
Yes.
comes in, and his master's like, "Oh yeah." The butler is like, "Here you go." So there, and he's like, "I'll take the plinth," and she's like, "As you wish." And
I'm
then
out. Didn't want
I'm
to
out,
be here in the first place.
and then super tired. And then he throws the ball, and then suddenly they get 100 points. I mean,
But
that's cricket, man.
but they lose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they lose to
The
100 points.
opposition got 100 points.
Yeah, in the last inning. I don't think that's even possible.
He's like, oh, I lost, and the guy's like, that doesn't matter. It's like because you came back.
Yeah,
And then he his team are like, don't worry, Bean Boy, you're cool with us. And he starts crying. He's like, oh look, he's crying. And they're all giving him the thumbs up. And it's like, oh well, at least he's back where he's supposed to be. And then they're like, oh, your family's fortune's gone. You're broke.
yeah,
And they're all like, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And then in the episode, basically.
well, we cut to like a scene where that guy's in a car being held hostage by someone who's taking him somewhere.
Oh, Pedro.
Pedro, yeah.
I was Miss Universe's lover, I believe,
Ye-
because he kind of slept with her. It was like,
yeah,
"How
that's
dare you?"
right.
And he's been, "Where are you taking me? Tokyo Bay."
Oh no!
No.
And then it's the end of the episode.
They not like. Is he not like floating there? She's like, "Oh, it's that next episode."
I
Or maybe
don't
next
remember.
episode.
I don't remember.
He's certainly floating in the Tokyo Bay at one point, and she's going, "No, Pedro,
Well,
no."
what do you rate uh episode 11, Colin?
How can you rate episode 11?
It's maybe something that scholars will debate at some point.
Scholars are debating it. We are debating it right now.
Oh God, I really hoped we would never be given the title of anime scholar.
uh, it's
Oh,
only self-giving, man. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure no one will give us that title.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
Um, Level 5 is good. It's just like you said, it's not much happening.
No.
It wasn't as good as the other episodes, like the dogs walking on hind legs and like
Oh, jeez.
the Gatling gun and that. Menchi did get mentioned a few times in these episodes. Like he appeared like quivering for some reason in this one at the start. Don't know why.
That's a good question.
Uh,
Um.
just for screen time, I suppose. And Nabashin made an appearance because he was like
Oh, he was
a
the announcer.
he was the commentator who was
Yeah.
not listening to the other commentator.
They were just talking. Can we actually
Uh huh. Rewinding.
just a second?
Uh huh.
Like, there are so many characters walking around that comment. Like, there was just a set of legs, and the top half of it looked like a burnt matchstick. And then there was like a banana guy, like a muscly banana guy behind them.
Uh-huh.
And what?
And there was a baseball rolling in front, and this was when they were in the pit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it went away and then rolled again back.
Okay, I'm done. I think a 5 is fair. Some really funny jokes, like genuinely really funny jokes, but the episode is trash.
I don't think Say it again. The best comment I heard about this anime is it's filler.
Yeah, it's filler the series.
Filler of the series, because quite frankly, it doesn't really matter what happens in any of it.
No.
But next episode, next episode,
Oh, here we go.
we're
Well,
progressing the story in this one.
yeah.
That was
So
questionable, yeah, wasn't it?
what?
So, you were like, yeah.
Well, we talked a little bit about this before, like we started recording,
Uh-huh.
and I was saying like you're like, yeah, it's progressing, and I was like, well, it's literally progressing through time, but that's 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 a real bare minimum for progression.
Oh yeah.
This is episode 12, Big City Part 2. Now I have checked. There was no Big City Part 1. So
That sounds about right. Maybe part one
yeah.
comes later. Maybe it's a hierarchy.
Oh my god.
Though they did put the parts in the right order. They just took a while to come out.
They put them in no, they put them in the right order and then we watched them in the wrong order. um okay. So this one is like a parody of detective
Yeah,
stuff.
this is a noir episode.
I thought I would like this more, I'll be honest. But there's really not much to this episode. There's like one joke in this that really landed for me, and that was it.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, so it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas Eve in F City.
And that machine appears right at the start when the director is chasing them.
He like the director guy has like a kind of a weird like mental breakdown when he's talking about stuff at the start of this episode.
Does he?
He's like talking to himself and he's like rambling about a bunch of stuff. I can't even remember what it was, but it just like kept on getting weirder. And then eventually he was like, ah, anyway.
Oh, I don't know. I remember this one. It's like he's chasing that machine. Said, "I give this anime the right to be a
Yeah,
detective anime,"
a
and then
detective thing.
that machine's like, "What? You saying put these two rings together?" And he's like, "No, that's not a set at all."
No, sorry, not that guy. I mean the guy with the big mustache, the director of the business.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He was just rambling.
He like has a proper like starts here and then just slopes off into lunacy.
Oh yeah, he's batshit crazy, man.
Yeah, the guy's lost it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's been in Excel Saga.
that's true. And then they he like orders the what are they called? City security that haven't been in it for a few episodes now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're back. Um, and he's like, "Hey, you should like follow this detective, Detective Puddin."
Yeah, wasn't called that in this sub.
Oh well, yeah, Puddin.
We're in. Yeah,
That's Puddin.
yeah,
Basically, is what it means.
yeah. Probably.
So yeah, the detective is a woman named Puddin,
Yeah, who's possessed by her father.
and I'll jump straight to my favorite joke, which is where one of the guys is like, "But yeah," he goes, "If I had to guess, you're possessed by you're possessed by your father when you put on that hat." She goes, yes, and the other one goes, "Wait, what? Really?"
Yeah,
It's like, was that not obvious by the like insane personality shifts?
yeah,
Just wild swings through the fences and in like comparison to attitude.
yeah,
Oh my god. It was so good. Like it'd been going on that episode had been going on for a good 16 minutes at that point, and that character was still like, wait, what? It's like, no, obviously. Obviously.
Ah, but they're the sensible ones.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
So I don't know. I was like, XL singing Christmas songs,
Yes.
and then is instantaneously dropped into the pit,
Yeah.
and then
What?
comes out, and then
This is where Hyatt is asked to move back 72 centimeters.
oh, it was 81. I got
It was a very specific number of
yeah.
centimeters. It's like, you just care to move back, please. Thank you. Anyway, go on, Hyatt.
Oh, I think that was last episode.
Was
That's
that the
when
last one?
because
I
they
just
pull the card and she falls and she doesn't go into the pit, but she lands at school.
Oh, okay.
All
It's
changed in the tracksuit. Well,
that's a real good joke actually
yeah,
from Mil
yeah,
Palazzo.
yeah. No, this one he just pulls it and then he pulls it again. He's like, "Oh, uh, I know. Since it's the end of the year, I do have a present for you." And then he drops her into the pit and goes, "Here, you can make that into a handbag for the crocodile." Um,
Oh my god.
and then they're on the street.
Yeah, all of a
In
sudden.
I think XL's in a Santa costume
Yes.
or an elf costume.
She's in a Christmassy outfit.
Yeah,
Christmassy get up.
and Hyatt is in a reindeer. And the kid comes along on the street and goes, "How cool reindeer! I like it, especially the red." And then XL looks over and is like, "Oh, wait, what?" And she's Hyatt just kind of bleeds out and dies because she's dying again in this one for some reason.
She does
And
have
it,
one, ironically, not her best dying scene in this episode as well. So
not her best dying scene,
no,
no.
she has a better one.
Oh, this one, yeah. She kind of just dies, and then XL is distracted by the manager going, "Hey, what's going on here?" And then, like, an ambulance came, picked up Hyatt, and took her away. And then said, "Oh no, I better go give chase." So he chases.
She terminators after the car.
No, that's the hostage bit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she just goes to the coroner's bit
Oh,
because
okay.
and then I think they basically got Blackjack as the doctor. He's meant to be Blackjack. He's got the
Yeah,
scars all over his face,
yeah.
and he says, "I'm sorry, miss, your friend's dead." And she says, "Hang on," and she just goes off screen, and I don't know what she does, but she just goes, "Hannah, wake up!" And she goes, "Oh, hey, boss," and just walk out, and then the other two is like, "I swear she was dead."
I'm not gonna lie. The middle part of this episode is incredibly hazy. Like I remember the start and I remember the way it finishes. That's about it.
I mean, it's the same ending, and then the security bunch they go to the detective Puddin, who's like, "Get out! I ain't worried now, you guys." And they're like, all right." And then I think the other guy says, "I always wanted to be a detective," and he just starts talking to the microphone and daydreaming about people and how this guy gets shot. The guy always like in his face about doing things stupid things. Uh,
Oh my god.
and then she takes her hat off and comes like a completely different person, like we've
Yep.
discussed, and goes, "All
Yep.
right, you know what number one thing about being a detective? What's that? Putting on your best detective like attitude." And they all go through like auditions being detectives, like, and he's like, "Oh, I love this guy. He's silent. That's a great one."
Oh, this is so painful.
And then they're just like chasing after these like long lost colonels for the last 40 years, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wait,
because she's trying to avenge her father's last case that he never completed. That was a robbery that was maybe made 40 years ago.
yeah,
It's like, well, I understand why you're doing it now for your dad, even though the statute of limitations has passed.
yeah, yeah. So like, I don't know. They went on something, and then Kyle lost the trail. Hyatt gets X on Hyatt or just out in the street, and she just kind of
Yep.
disappears. as she's been taken hostage by these burglars
Yes,
who's
bungling burglars.
who got to do this because you got to take a hostage when you get noticed by the police, so you have some bargaining trips and be a proper criminal.
But they have lots of money. That's not lots of money. That's 100 with lots of Monopoly money in the back, and then it's Nabishin on all the notes.
Yeah, I liked it when they flicked through the notes and it was like a flick book.
It was pretty good.
There's a flick book going.
Yeah, it's just him giving a sign off. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then
There's a bit where they've got her in the car,
mhm.
and she's like, "Excuse me, can I please open the window?" And he turns around, and she's like bleeding from the nose and has gone like a metallic grey color. And he's like, "Oh my god, hey, can we please open the window? She's not looking so good." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, "Okay, thank you." And then opens the window, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, she's returning to a normal color." And she's like, "See?" And then like cleans the blood away from her nose by going, and it makes a kind of noise.
That's when she's all tied up and she's kind of like.
That's right. Yeah,
She goes some weird ghosting at the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Excel chases after the car like Terminator.
She terminators after it, gives up, then lies down on the pavement and sings a song about lying down on the pavement. And it's like, this is no time to be singing happy melodies.
So she tries to call Menchi, dog Menchi,
Yeah.
because and then the dog's like petrified of one of the poochus in the house.
Well, why wouldn't you be?
And then she's like, "All right, I'll call horse," and pulls out the coin and it has a horse. And then it goes, "There's no horse in this alley. No carriage horse." Oh, and it's this bit. Yeah, she then like, "I'll call Miss Universe."
Yes, that's it.
And then she's there at the docks with her.
Face down. He's face down in the water.
Oh, he's in the water going. "Oh." And then yeah, then she kind of goes off on that, and then Hyatt's opened the window and let a blood trail. So, oh, that's Hyatt's blood. I'll follow that. And then she turns around it and it bubbles, and then a bird just falls out of the sky.
Yeah, it does.
And then she turns around a corner and like all the birds are dead. It's like, all right, following this trail of carnage.
Follow this trail of dead birds.
Yeah. Oh. And then they get back to the cabin and look at the money as we discussed.
Yeah.
And then basically argue over the hostage, what they're going to do. They can't kill her. We're not that type of people, they say. And then they have a big argument, and the bigger guy kicks the leg of the chair, which knocks it over.
And she falls over.
And then there's like, "Oh, you got to apologise." You know what Aunt used to say? Apologise. I'm sorry. And then the liquor is all shit. She's dead.
Because I'm no longer the little brother of a robber. I'm the little brother of a murderer.
Yeah. Pretty much. And they all panic, and then the trail of birds dissipate, and they're lost. The detective team is climbing up this hill because they're on the trail of these hostages for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's when they uncover the hat. It's possessing the detective. And then there's a fire in the hill, in the trees. And
That's
like,
why not?
oh no, Hiya! And Exo runs up there and runs into the fire and goes, "Hiya!" And Hiya's just like, hey. But too late, she's in the fire.
I can't remember what bit it is. I think it's the bit where she's on the road thinking about Hayat, and she has like this thought of her, and she goes, "Here I go into the void," and just like spirals like into just nothingness. And I don't remember what the context was, but I remember that being very funny.
Yeah, I think that was just maybe like, oh no, Hyatt's maybe gone, strangled, don't know what's happened, because I think she loses the trail and she's like, oh, the trail stopped.
Here I go into the void.
And then she sees the fire. And then she comes out the fire and Hayek's, hey, I've been here. Well, what happened? Oh, there was fire, so I kind of got out. I just walked over here. It's like, all right. And then it's like, what about the burglars? Oh, I don't know. And
They're,
they're
they're, they're gone.
they're gone now. It's like, oh, not only a murderer, but also arsony and everything. So they then go to the side of the road to hitch a lift back because they're in the middle of the hills. And they see the burglars. And they're all like, oh shit, she's not dead. And they kind of drive off the edge and land in front of the detectives in their car. And it's like, is these the burglars? And they're like, yes, I finally solved it. Here.
Finally solved the case.
And
You're
then,
under arrest for a burglary 40 years ago.
yeah. And then it turns out it's like, oh, these aren't the right ones. And then she walks off.
Fuck.
And then you got Bossman coming back in to ramble about things like, oh, that was a great thing. And then he was like, oh, so how was your day as being detectives? And they go, it was shit. And then his moustache falls off. And that's the end of the episode.
Oh my god. Colin, how do you rate this one? And I mean your score and also how
How do you rate it?
how do you do it?
How do you rate Excel Saga, man?
How do you rate the unrateable?
Uh, I think it was a bit better than the last one.
You and I differ. I did not think that.
No?
No.
I
I
think-
thought that was way worse.
Really?
And by way worse, I guess not way worse. Maybe the same score, but I liked the other one a little more.
I wasn't going to give it much more. I was maybe going to give it a 6. I thought it was more entertaining. But then at the same time, I watched both these at 1.5 speed.
I'm going to give this a 5. Yeah. It's yeah, like I say, couple of really good jokes, but not as many good jokes as the previous one.
Yeah.
I'm not even rating these on coherence. I'm just going on what I laughed at.
There's no coherence.
No, there's no
There's
coherence.
zero coherence. I mean, I assume it's progressing not only by going to winter, and he's training the new subordinates to be shining warriors of justice.
I mean,
Sort of.
not to spoil anything,
Uh
but as a little teaser for the next episode,
huh.
it takes place at New Year.
That takes place in New Year, and this was
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, so it is going in some sort of chronological order.
By any chance, did these air around about Christmas and New Year?
They sure did. This one aired on the 23rd of December, and the next one aired on the 6th of January. So,
Shocking.
yeah, amazing.
Amazing.
Well, on that note, we've managed to make it to the end, and you've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast all about anime, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. If you like what it is we do, you can support us by leaving a review or telling a friend about the show. If you want to support us financially, you can do that at patreon.com/Who's That Anime. You can get early access to episodes, and yeah. We have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Who's That Anime. We post the latest episode releases there, and sometimes anime memes, etc., etc. We have a Discord channel. You can find the link to that in the show notes. We have a YouTube channel where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. You can find that by going to youtube.com/Who's That Anime. We also have RSS feeds for our different shows on YouTube as well. So if you like to listen to your podcasts on YouTube, you can. You can listen to this podcast and also our other podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, A Journey Through Dragon Ball. We're currently in the middle of Dragon Ball Z-ing it up. onto the Namek saga just about, I think, at this point, so it's getting pretty cool.
Yeah.
And lastly, Colin and I also sometimes like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. And you can find archives for all of those different things of the recordings of those streams on youtube.com by searching for @couchfuel or @hailpayman. And that's us.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that game thing that you're saying, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
sometimes. I'm maybe not going to say that at the end of episodes anymore. It's
Yeah,
been a while.
I haven't streamed for a while, that's for sure.
When do you think the last time you streamed was?
2023.
Would you have uploaded it to YouTube?
Maybe.
I have something here that says you did a live stream on the 2nd of February 2023.
Oh, well then, there you go.
So you go almost 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That constitutes us occasionally, right?
I mean, almost.
We did a Warhammer at one point when we played Dark Tide.
Oh yeah, when did that come out though?
That was like the day before or something.
Day before. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a movie, man.
I'm now starting to think about when I actually when I last streamed. I'm just gonna double check that now. It was not yesterday. Let's say that. It was the 21st of June, 2023.
Sweet, after me.
Yeah, I played Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
Square Gardens.
No, nothing to do with the gardens and all to do with just horror. It's like a camera-based horror game.
Oh, they're doing a new Fatal Frame.
It's not Fatal Frame.
Yeah, but they're doing a new one, are they?
Are they? I don't know.
I think they are.
I hope so.
I thought I heard it in the works.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I'm not seeing it.
Maybe not.
The latest release was 2023, around the same time we were streaming, actually. No, there's no. There's actually not been a new one for the last 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, maybe there will be one on the new Switch.
I hope
you can use
so.
the thing as a mouse.
Yeah, that's true. Although I'd rather just hold it like that.
Yeah?
You know. Yeah.
I mean, that could work. Or you can just get on VR.
Oh, that's true. That might be terrifying, though.
Yeah, I want to see you play that in VR, man.
Don't know if I could cope.
You didn't cope with Resident Evil 7 very well.
I did not.
Oh.
I did not.
Where I was just like, do, 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 do. Oh, there's a thing.
To be fair, I feel like you got your not even your VR comeuppance, but your scary game comeuppance, because there's a clip of you playing Phasmophobia and actually like losing your soul. I think just escapes your body for a second, which is quite good.
In the game?
Yeah, I've been trying to find it for ages now. Just kind of like walk around a car and just kind of go like.
That's me in a normal day, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's quite funny, but yeah.
I remember leaving Kirsty in the dark. I was like, "Let's go!" Yoink! I'm out of here.
Such a caring co-op player.
I was.
Oh man!
I did tell her to leave.
Fair. Well, we'll be back next time to talk about the New Year's episode of
Who's?
Excel Saga.
Oh, yeah, that's not coming out in anyone's New Year.
No, like that's it's gonna come out in February at some point. So
Yeah, I mean, we're recording this in like Chinese New Year, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was
It
like
is.
yesterday or something like that.
I can't remember.
Really?
It
This
might be.
week?
It's today. Today is Chinese New Year.
Oh, is it today?
Yeah.
Ha- Happy Day of the Snake.
How is it you say it?
Chinese New Year.
Uh, I wanted to try and say the thing, but
Alright.
I can't seem to find it now. Oh, Gong Hei Fat Choi. That's what it is.
Hopefully you pronounced that right.
Me too.
Sound like you just like called someone fat.
Yeah, well, I did say the word fat. It means wishing you great happiness and prosperity in Cantonese.
There you go.
So yeah, happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
and
Uh,
we'll be back from where I guess.
yeah, more torture than Steve. Let's go.
Yay!
Yay.
Hopefully my voice will be less fucked. So
Oh, you should be good. Should
it's better.
recover good.
I think it's better than the last night we tried to record. So
It is. It sounds like it's getting on the men's, man.
yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll
Alright.
get there.
Well, we'll see you next time. See how you play same how many place, same how many time. See you.
Bye, folks.
Bye.